What is he dumping in the lake?
Just went through one of the biggest timeline collapses since 2012.
Everybody just bounce, bounce. I gotta shake you off.
Jesus! Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Bryce is Right. I hope y'all all had a great freaking week, and I hope y'all are ready to have an even better freaking weekend that Bryce is Right way, where we dive down deep into some of the creepiest and freakiest videos I could find in the deepest, darkest corners of TikTok. And nah, these aren't your ordinary videos. They're gonna be blowing your mind, making your head spin, and having you question your reality. And of course, before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content, and leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right in, y'all. Let's get it.
Look at this turtle at my golf course.
Did she really glue the diamond?
He is stretched out, barely balancing on a rock. Do you, King? Enjoy that, son.
I like turtles.
Oh shit. There's no way in hell.
Oh yeah, y'all, it's getting closer, y'all. So these people just lost the power, and as you can see, they came out to the street to see what's going on, and you won't believe the show that the sky is putting on. What is going on? And right now, I feel a lot of pressure in my first eye, all in my head, in my temple, in the back of my occipitals. Is anybody feeling like this, y'all? Look at this over here in Austria, y'all. This is magnificent.
That's beautiful.
Like, what? If someone told me I'd be seeing this in my lifetime, I would have told them you'd be lying, because again, we haven't been seeing things like this. And the fact of the matter is that the scientists, who claim to know everything, they see this change and they're acting all nonchalant about this. Like, this is big changes that are coming to our plane. Now, check this out over here in the UK. Is it just me, or is this thing becoming warped? Right? Y'all see that? It looks warped. It looks compressed. And you can clearly see the ring now. What is going on here? Look at that, y'all. Here goes.
So that's actually the shape of the world. That's a reflection of the Earth going back out. It's not really a sphere. It's kind of an oblong. And you can see that right here. I mean, I don't care if it's flat or not, round, whatever. That's the shape of it. You're welcome.
Another picture over here. It looks compressed once again. This thing used to look like this. Y'all see how it's a perfect sphere? Y'all see that? It's a perfect sphere. And now it's looking like this. Look at that, y'all. And then you can clearly see this ring that's going around it. The Lord of the Rings, which we already know. This is Saturn. Saturn rules the age of Aquarius, y'all. That black sun out there. Y'all see that? Y'all see that, right? And Saturn comes with the rings. Saturn is the Lord of the Rings, man. The shift is here. I've been telling y'all.
Oh, man.
Like my precious. Nobody explained why this appeared out of the sky the other night.
I don't know what that is. What is
this?
that?
Y'all see how magical the colors
fire breathing
are?
dragon.
As to why the sun is looking like this in one place and then like this in another place. Like, what universe are we in, y'all? Look at that. This is in Ohio. But yes, y'all, again, things are going to get a lot more weirder. Let me know what you guys think about this video. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
A little bit better video from him.
Should we go to press the button?
Man, what the hell? Like, why would you even build this? Like, I mean, I can solve a Rubik's Cube in, like maybe 6 or 7 seconds. Nothing like super quick. Maybe 10 seconds. I can solve them quick. But like this? Like, why do you even want to, like who wants to build the best machine to solve a Rubik's Cube?
Y'all, this is mad creepy. I'll explain in 1 second. So, Walmart is building a whole freaking city in Arkansas. Well, I have a friend that lives in Arkansas, so shout out to Heather, because she sent me this information, and she put all this stuff together, and she checked the location of this city that Walmart is building, right? She compared it to a map, a pretty known map, and she found out that this entire city was built in an area that would still be here after the Great Flood of 2025. If you look right here, more than half of Arkansas is completely wiped off the map. And you mean to tell me that Walmart, of all corporations, don't you know about the Walmart theory? Other word theory, that weird thing with Walmart. The Walmarts that are closing down all over the country with crazy barbed wire fences, that one? Is building a whole freaking city in the one location that would not be flooding in that state. If you live in a blue area, you better find yourself somewhere to go like all the billionaires did years ago. Don't forget what I just posted earlier. And by the way, it's talking about the guy who's in office now when the situation happening. It's not a long time ago. This was now.
What in the world is going on? A mile wide underwater volcano is ready to blow its top off.
the West Coast, coming months causing 10,000 earthquakes in one day. Allegedly, but the Walmart city is not allegedly.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll let y'all know. Updating on the earthquakes.
Oh my gosh. Could you I just want to talk to the manager. I don't want to talk to you.
Why you record him?
Because he's allowed to record. I don't know if you record. You can record and report it to anybody. I can do whatever the
That's not a real person.
Give me my refund. Hurry up.
Yes, ma'am, I got you.
Give me my refund.
That's
Chat police telling me this shit is not real.
nutty professor.
This shit is not real. That bill right here that I just seen, bro, shit's not real, money.
I've had it with all the negative comments. Just keep your chin up, man.
I'm telling y'all, bro, that's some weird ass bill, bro.
Man, what was that? Meet. Dang, this is how Sweet Tooth was born.
You can take the 20 seconds that Runway gives you with the restyled video feature that they have to create a bunch of different
This is how
shots
easy this is.
and use all of that to create anything that you want.
Isn't that crazy? So just beware, y'all. Be careful.
What you are seeing here is another similarity between the ancient trees of our past and some of the trees today. You see, when the root system hits the underground water level and you cut down the tree, it starts pouring out water like a waterfall, much like you see coming out the tops and the sides of these
similar.
massive ancient trees. And perhaps that's what caused the Great Flood. Once these massive trees were cut down, could you imagine all of the water gushing out all across this realm, all at once? It wouldn't take that long to flood this world at all. And what we see now are just the remains. Question everything, friends. Until next time.
We'll see.
Here he comes!
What? Oh man.
Here he comes!
Dang, Artie the Postman. Come on now. Ah, come on. You gotta steal that mail truck for real. So I'll show you. The husband said, I need to come help you. You should not tow that car by yourself. And she said, watch me. God, dog. That's crazy. Like, how could you even feel like that's normal? Wow. Oh yeah, I got multiple camera views, or I got multiple camera angles, don't worry. And like, is someone in there with the cereal? Is that what's going on? I think so.
That girl! Don't do that!
Hey, can we stop and talk about the fact that I was just thinking about a specific tool I needed for the house, and suddenly the shit started showing up everywhere on my phone. Didn't search it, just thought about it.
So I don't know if any of y'all have experienced this, but I'll be thinking about tools, watches, shoes, things that you actually need that will help benefit your life. Like cheat codes. My phone read my mind and somehow it's telling me like, hey, don't forget about this. And I'm just trying to figure out, how do you know? Let me know what y'all think.
So I'm in Barcelona right now, right? And I'm not easily impressed. But this right here, it's like, bam!
That's a nice castle.
Like, bro, do you see how? I'm gonna send this to my mama too. She gonna love this.
I followed the Pepsi man to Lake Pleasant. What is he dumping in the lake?
Bodies! 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 Bodies!
Is he dumping Pepsi? What is he
Dude, that's a dog. That's probably going out to a freaking, like a little bar, grill, something on the lake, you know?
I'm not even kidding. Passed someone on the trail, like a guy. He looked like he was like from the 80s. He was wearing a full suit that like looked like he was from the 80s. And I was like, ew, I don't like that. I got a weird vibe from him. And look at what I just found.
That's all that's briefcase.
Is this not like terrifying? Should I open it?
I don't suggest opening random briefcases ever. What the hell is that?
You are about to have a very bad day. Tell me about it.
What the fuck? Hey, so
Time
I
traveler.
have no idea what the fuck this is.
What is that?
It was all the way down there a couple minutes ago. I took my glasses off. I look up, it's right next to me, and I'm kind of scared. Someone help! What is it?
I don't know. It's like a blanket over something. What the shit? That's opening to a base right there.
I gotta share with you guys what I learned out in the field today because my mind is constantly being blown. Okay, so listen up. So what if UAPs and UFOs are not aliens at all, but AI from the future? There's legit science suggesting that these UAPs, especially the Tic Tac shaped ones that the US Navy has confirmed to seeing, is not like anything we've ever built. The US Navy absolutely confirms that they do not move like anything that we've ever built.
Really?
There's no heat signature, there's no propulsion, just gone. Some researchers really believe that they're not craft from other planets, but they're time-traveling probes sent by post-human AI. So think about it. If humanity survives long enough to master time travel and AI, it's pretty obvious that we would send machines back to study us in the past. Like, that's a given. Obviously, we would go back to the past. This isn't just AI. The Galileo project is using AI right now to identify UAPs. And retired NASA scientists are floating around the idea that these are definitely us just 500,000 years into the future. Literally just us, but in 500,000 years.
That's wild.
And if that's true, if these UAPs really are AI probes from the future, then we're not just witnessing unknown technology. We're witnessing a message of what we've become. And at that point, the message isn't, are they watching us? It's why.
I don't know why I've never watched the show Travelers on Netflix, but I recently did, and that's what this reminds me of. Although their consciousness was sent back in time or whatever, which I wish that they would make more of that show. It's kind of corny, but it's super good. I don't know, or maybe just I like the characters. I don't know.
Turns out, bacteria may have figured out how to use plastic as an energy source, and that might be a problem if you're full of plastic. This is actually pretty
That's not good.
bad. We'll talk about it. As you may have heard, bacteria evolving to eat plastic has been touted as a potential solution to all of the plastic in the ocean. We just didn't think it would happen quite so close to home, and what the consequences of that might be in medicine. Yes, some bacteria that could cause catastrophic infections have been found to have genes that can degrade plastics. Now, it's not totally new. We always knew that plastics made a pretty good place to put a biofilm on. Unlike metals, which have characteristics that make it difficult for bacteria to live and grow in, we've always known that plastics made a pretty decent one. But degrading it and potentially using it as an energy source is a whole new ballgame. A lot of the stuff that's used in medicine, things like tubing or IVs, even medical devices and implants use plastics. Bacteria, potentially very dangerous ones, eating through them is not generally good and could increase the risks of infections. Now, something we did know, medical implants of any kind can be a potential risk for a septic infection later on. Even the metal that I have in my foot when I've had reconstructive surgery is a potential infection risk. Being edible and potentially being a surface in which bacteria can grow on and form biofilms is definitely concerning. Also, it was not included, but I do wonder about it, since we are chock full of microplastics and they're forming plaques in our brains and in our arteries and other places, if that could be a potential location that bacteria could congregate on and cause septic infection. Because people will always ask it, if they're eating plastic, does that mean that we could use it in our own bodies to break down microplastics? No.
So fucking fun.
That's so awesome. How did you do this?
Wow. It just went to screensaver.
That was like the original Minecraft right there. It almost
Yeah,
looks
when
like
I turned
Doom,
it on, it was just the
like
red
a
brick, so I guess it was just loading that whole time.
screensaver.
That's fucking awesome.
Dude, that is like the video game.
Yeah, look. Yeah, just like Doom. But it was a screensaver. That was legit.
So
Old school.
So this...
I'm a neuroscientist. I don't believe in absolute free will. I believe in a tiny fishbowl of free will where we have the illusion of absolute free choice, but actually we're constrained to a limited set of options. This contextually constrained space of behavior is informed by our genetics, our resources, our current environment, how choices are framed to us, the words that are used, past behavior, trauma, the list goes on. And we're much more influenced by these things than we'd like to think. One of the most common responses I get to that is, well, then why do we bother with a justice system? Why do we hold people accountable if there's little to no free will? Sometimes that's even used, it's framed as an argument in favour of free will to prove that there is free will. I don't understand the logic in either case, because the existence of a justice system, the existence of potential consequences, having experienced consequences for your actions in previous instances, these act as constraints to your behaviour. All of that is thrown into the melting pot of stuff that shapes your thinking and decision making. And actually, the justice system in its current form implicitly acknowledges that there are different degrees of agency. Children or patients with late-stage dementia are evaluated very differently for crimes versus like a healthy adult. The notion that there's no such thing as absolute free will, or there's only a small amount of free will, doesn't then logically mean that we shouldn't hold people accountable for their actions. But it might then change how exactly we approach justice, how we design that system, and in many ways already is a consideration that goes into that design. I'm a neuroscientist.
Behavioral health and mental health, it's going to be good for. I mean, do y'all believe in free will? Because to me, it just seems like, I don't know, maybe literally down to it, it's free will because you're getting to choose between two options. But if those are the only options you're given, isn't that kind of a limited free will? You know what I mean? Let me know. Oh, there we go. Is that just like a super small fragment? Or y'all think they came from the rain? That's weird.
So, interesting fact, the cedar waxwing likes to eat berries and things off of trees. Problem being, in the southeast, in the wintertime, the sugar in the berries concentrates, and then when the weather warms up, it breaks the sugar down, fermenting the sugars, turning it into alcohol.
Are you high? What? No, I'm not high.
You are high as a fucking kite!
Notice how this bird is just chilling and hanging out with a berry in his mouth? This bird is drunk off his ass right now.
Hey, that happens to bees too. That's why they get a little aggressive in the spring.
How cool is this? Eastern Pacific octopus. 9 brains, 3 hearts. What a cool little creature. Eastern Pacific octopus. Hi. He came aboard the Friendliest Catch boat to do a little research. He's gonna go back to the mothership. Oh, look at this guy. Wow.
Dang.
Look how cool he is. Love these guys. Oh, this is about as big as they get. Lingcod eat these. Cabezon eat these. Oh, I'm sure halibut eat these. What an awesome creature. You know how we roll? Let's let this creature go. See if he inks. Boy.
Man, that's so freaking cool. I would love to be like a marine biologist of some sort. Who wouldn't,
straight
though, right?
down, no ink. That was pretty cool. You know how we roll.
This is how we roll.
You know how we roll.
That's cool.
I didn't believe it because have you seen how certain streaming shows will edit certain parts out?
They did that for The Passion on Netflix.
Yeah.
What did they take out?
They took out the verse from Isaiah at the beginning.
And I
I'm
saw
not looking
that.
mad.
And I saw this one. I said, there's no way. Because in Robin Hood, the one with Russell Crowe,
Mhm.
very first thing, there's a scroll that pops up and in old lettering, it says, in times of tyranny and injustice, when law oppresses the people, the outlaw takes his place in history.
And he took that out of Netflix.
Only in the U.S. Canada, Ireland, people from Britain,
No
they're
way.
like, it's on ours.
We're getting so played, you
In
guys.
America, and I just played it, and it doesn't.
We're getting so played.
It literally is just a blank screen for 10 seconds.
Everybody go buy a bow.
I mean,
my
this,
gosh,
you talk
literally.
about physical copies of things.
What are
they
they-
are erasing history, and I know it's just a dumb movie.
No,
if
but
you
that-
think
if
they're
that's
doing
a
it with a
little
movie,
thing- Yeah.
they're doing it on such bigger levels.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes no time.
Exactly.
When digital comes through, it's like it takes no time for them
That's
to
so
do
crazy.
That is crazy, right?
Everybody just everybody just bounce. I gotta shake you off. Loving ain't the same, and you keep on playing games like you know I'm here to stay. To me, you would cheat with all your freaks and like I'm supposed.
Damn. Bars. I've always wanted to be able to sing, but I can't.
Oh my god! Uh-oh. Oh my god!
Wow. Sheesh.
Newly surfaced
That's a
CCTV
big
footage
earthquake.
from the devastating Myanmar earthquake has captured a fault line moving for the first time ever. The video shows a sudden horizontal ground shift, evidence of a strike slip fault. In this case, Myanmar's 750-mile-long Sagaing fault ruptured near the surface.
That's crazy.
Mother Nature truly is terrifying.
Okay, so I need a real adult. I found this under my house. It's like a whole cave. What do I do about this?
Become Batman. Or Batgirl, sorry.
Don't bring it up!
Over here got his
This is ridiculous.
gal. He's got his gal. Look at her. Look at her. Fuck yeah. Look at that. In the fucking heels. Homie's sitting here in his little dorky ass shits.
Just standing there.
Homegirl's over here handling
Two of them.
it. Absolutely handling it. Look at this fucking... Hey, she's fucking handling it. What are you doing, Hope? She's fucking handling it.
Yay for
right there.
equality.
What's up? She's the expert. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. What are you doing there? Why don't you fucking help her? God
I don't care who you are. I don't care how equal we are. I'm gonna open the door first or I'm gonna change the tire. I don't care. That's not what it's about. Just,
Love with.
I'm gonna do it. It's my job.
No. Broccoli is not
Damn,
real.
that's
It's a
a big-ass
mutant
moose.
cabbage, and it's
Oh, yeah.
man-made. In 1990, they started producing bioengineered food ingredients. But only in 2016 were they required to put it on a label. Post-1916-1970, canola oil was actually unconsumable because it was toxic. And it's not canola oil. Here's a fun one. Carrots used to be white and purple, not orange. Real bananas are filled with seeds. Seedless watermelons were genetically modified. The first potato chip was actually an accident, then whoops. Those are actually just sludge. Don't eat them. And real quick, the only reason they taste good is you have some sort of cornstarch, like a sugar, sugar modified cornstarch, salt and oil. That's hyper palatable food. And these were accidentally created I think, accidentally created all the same. There's sugar, salt, and oils right there. Then when you look at all the other ones, there's your potatoes, so your carbohydrates, your oils, and your salts. And these were all created so your brain can reach its bliss point. Potato chips. You'll come across interesting research when you look into casein A1 proteins and casein A2 proteins. Casein A1, diabetes, being a first world country problem.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to look into that one. Okay. I was about to say this is probably AI. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, yes, normally I say it's a bug, but man, this looks like a damn fairy. Look at that. Appendages. Yes, I know it's probably a bug, but man, it's one of the best ones I've seen. It might be carrying something, who knows? It looks kind of like a dragonfly, right? See, I've been wondering if that silver orb we saw last video is the same thing as like these orbs flying around, like the spherical UAPs. I was starting to think that some of them, or most of them, were AI, and then I have a relative that works for this company they fly drones like those, metals, aluminum, spherical, maybe not metal, aluminum. It's probably vibranium or something.
Tiene lo que parece ser algún tipo de circuitos. Tiene algún tipo de nomenclatura,
donation,
letras, de símbolos. Tiene estas medias lunas muy porosas que parecen ser una especie de cavernas hacia su interior. Es absolutamente sólida. En el costado tiene lo que parece ser un cinturón. Pues algo que nunca imaginamos de estas esferas. Realmente se trata de un verdadero hallazgo, de un hallazgo extraordinario que tiene que ser investigado. Se trata de un chip cuántico. Esta esfera levita, es evidente que levita. ¿Cómo lo hace? Pues realmente no lo sé.
It's so wild. I can't wait to find out more about that. I wonder if they're ever going to tell us about the pyramids, man. Oh, I'm sure they found out that they were incorrect.
Those are fucking cars.
What is this?
Bro.
Is this a train? Wait, is this a bridge? What? I'm confused. That's a train, right? Is this for Fast and Furious? This is a movie set? What do we got here?
That was horrible.
We're gonna make the train into a bridge? You got me.
That there is, in fact, not just a wall, but there's a hidden door behind the shelving. It's all taped up. So the question is like, do I crack it open?
Give me a hell yeah!
Like, what if there's, like, squirrels or something? Like,
I'd be dead.
I don't know. But also, what if there's treasure? Shit. What?
There's another door.
Another fucking door? What the fuck?
Gotta have that. I mean, it's locked from the inside.
It's locked on the inside, I think.
What the freak?
It's probably the paint.
This would be above your pantry area.
What? Oh my god, it is a stairwell.
Obviously, you saw one inside, bro.
So weird.
Holy shit, there's a lot of space over here, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
I mean, you're not gonna hang out up here, but
That's awesome.
Oh god.
It's like a little loft
you
space.
could actually convert this into a pretty sweet, like.
Dang! That's actually pretty cool.
Maybe. It's a good little hiding spot too. That's weird.
Where the physical is bad and the spiritual is good. And so when you have the early Christians arguing against the Gnostics, they're doubling down not that Jesus is God. They don't have a problem with that. It's that Jesus is a human. Because they believe if you're human, you can't be God. Right? You can't mix it. You're in a meat prison and your spirit's trying to get out of there. But Jews and Christians have the inherent belief of the resurrection. So we are embodied. You're not a spirit that has a body. You're a spirit and body. Those two things are mixed. And heaven is a layover. It's not the final goal. You're the heaven is the place you go to wait for the final resurrection, when we will all be given new resurrected bodies. And that's why Jesus is called the first fruits, is because everybody believed in the resurrection. So when Jesus keeps saying, you know, I'm going to die and I'm going to rise again, they're like, yeah, all of us, Jesus. They don't understand that he's talking about something that's unique and that he's going to do it now as like a preview of what everyone's going to get in the afterlife. Like, you have heaven and then the resurrection where heaven and earth meet and all things are restored.
I had no clue that's what the real heaven was. I didn't know that this current one is a... Dude, I really should. I started on the Old Testament. It's dense.
You know the meme of if I won the lottery, you wouldn't know there'd be signs? With me, not a single fuck... I first thing I do, buy paper towels. Me and my roommate, Lyndon, hyped. He'd be We've been drying our hands on our fucking pants for a month now. Second thing, DMV. Why'd you go to DMV? Oh, maybe your new Lambo, your new Porsche. No. I'm just gonna fucking pay my registration. That's 2 years late. Walk in there, settle up. All right, get insured. And when I drive there, I'm gonna park on the street too and just throw money in the meter for the fuck of it. That's how you know I won the lottery. If I just start following laws. I just want a good law-abiding citizen. Yeah. That's it. I'd fucking Chipotle. Oh, guac, it costs extra. Doesn't make a dent. Chris D'Elia. Fucking go to the dentist. What's wrong with your teeth? Nothing. Clean them. Go to the doctor. Blood work. What's wrong? Nothing. Just see what's going on in there. Let's get me batting even again. Let's get Mike Stroing to 500. Baseline. I'd fucking get my own Netflix. Fucking get off my buddies. Just pay for it. Watch my own movies and shows. Not what he's watching so he doesn't know someone else is on his account. No SoundCloud ads. I go to fucking Whole Foods. Just get a bunch of just organic
Where's
vegetables.
your money going?
Just weird colored organic vegetables and eat them. Maybe not even eat them. Maybe just keep them in the fridge. Keep good fridge or a couple of those green glass Mountain Valley things. Just buy 2 of them for $20. Put them in a Gary Brecka fizzy thing. Get mouth tape. Not even use it. Just be able to talk about it. Simple man. Like a cowboy hat or some shit.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Hey, he's onto something there.
The government is ruining your life in more ways than you ever dreamed possible, and one of those ways is the trees. A little fact about trees that seems obvious upon contemplation is that female trees produce fruit and seeds and pods, and male trees only produce pollen to pollinate the female trees. So in urban areas, they want to plant trees to beautify the city, but they don't want to plant female trees because they don't want to clean up all that stuff that comes out of a female tree. So they only plant male trees. So what you end up with in urban areas is a whole ton of male trees spewing pollen and no female trees to accept it, which is why you have to buy Claritin on the 1st of every month. And if you think about it, it works out perfectly for them to rob you blind, right? Because if there's a female tree dropping an apple on the ground, you wouldn't have to buy that apple from Stop and Shop, and that is unacceptable. And also, those Claritin sales are great. Everything is robbing you blind. The government is ruining your life in every way possible. The trees are ruining your life. It's the government's fault.
Why are we underground right now, sir? Why can't we be out in the open?
Get that tree hub going for them pollinated ones. Spewing all over.
Oh my god! Oh my god, I'm fucking dizzy! I'm dizzy! Mom. Oh my god, I'm dizzy! Breathe! Breathe! Why? Don't do this! Oh my god!
Support animal.
Oh my god! Why? Mom, please. Mom, people do this every day. You're fine. It's okay. You don't know how I feel right now. Almost done. Oh my god! I can't fucking see. Oh my god! Mom, don't do this to me. Mom, what?
We all have someone in our life like that, right? Oh, if you don't, you're lucky.
All right, I don't know if you've been feeling it, but we just went through one of the biggest timeline collapses and shifts since 2012. Remember when everyone all of a sudden started to get these weird Mandela effects like Fruit Loops or Febreze or Berenstein versus Berenstein Bears, or Luke, I am your father versus No, I am your father? We just went through that just this past week. If you've been suffering with headaches, body aches, a lot of nausea, even a little bit of dizziness or vertigo, most likely you were feeling it in your body, and that probably means that you're an extra sensitive individual. Okay. Of course, we've also been having an uptick of crazy, insane visual dreams, as well as psychic attacks. This is all a part of the shift that we're experiencing right now. Now, apparently we got hit with some sort of crazy cosmic wave. So what happens in the universe is that when a star collapses and there's some sort of supernova, that energy actually ripples through the universe. And what I just heard from the Galactic Federation is that one of these energy waves is hitting us right now. Now, if you take a look at the Schumann resonance or even a solar flare radio frequency broadcast, you'll notice that there have been a lot of blackouts recently. Apparently, that is being caused by this cosmic radiation wave. Now, it's kicking us into a higher frequency, and that means a lot right now at this time. It means that old systems are going to collapse rapidly, but at an individual level, it means that you have a choice to make. You might be feeling very impulsive at this time. Maybe you feel like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, your job isn't serving you, or maybe it's your relationship or your living situation. All of a sudden, you're feeling torn between a life that you thought was fine and the unknown that you're feeling pulled to. It's because what no longer serves you is something that you've never actually looked at before. And now all of a sudden we're all being prompted into a higher frequency, which is a scary thing. So comment below if you've had any of these symptoms or feelings, or if you're being pulled in two different directions with a really big decision to make. And on top of that, if you want to know more about this huge collective timeline shift, go to my website and check out the most recent Galactic Federation meeting. It'll be season 2025, episode 5. I'll see you there.
Be water, my friend.
No, freaking way. How much of that's hard to hit me back in this place? Uphill too?
I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but feel in your heart if this is true. If you're watching this, you are one of the people who hold the codes for ascension for humanity. And your role in this lifetime, one of many, because you're so multidimensional, one of your roles is to transmute and hold the light, which is why many of you incarnated into family situations that were immensely dense and immensely difficult. And in your life, even if you haven't hit the level of healing or success that you would want for yourself, even if you don't think you're there yet, you being alive is a miracle. And you being alive is actively sending healing energy into the grid and healing your lineage 7 generations back and 7 generations forward. Okay. So this is a message I have for you, because I know that you are so connected to the chaos that's happening in the world right now. And you are just, you probably feel so frustrated, so helpless, so angry that all of these alarms are being set off within you and you don't know how to help. And I'm here to say that you're already helping, and you must hold the energy, hold the space, hold the reality of the best possible outcome for planet Earth and for the people who you want to see have a good life.
Another cultural shock that I had moving to America from Egypt is that the week is not the same. So here, when I came here, I realized that the week starts on Monday and ends on Friday. Meanwhile, in Egypt, the week starts on Sunday. Like, Sunday is the first day of the week. And it ends on Thursday, which is so crazy to me. And I just don't understand why it's not the same.
Gosh, Egyptians are beautiful.
Like, I don't get it. But also, like, it was so hard to adapt to a different, like, setup of the week. So it took me a very long time to get used to it. But yeah.
She looks an alien to me, man. Sheesh.
So if you got ADHD, I just learned that you can have something called chaotic discipline. All right, so boom, chaotic discipline. Some days you're going to be a big old couch potato.
Yeah.
You ain't going to want to do nothing. You barely going to want to breathe. You don't want to get out of bed to eat. You just want to lay in the bed. But some days your ass going to be on fire. When you have them on fire days, you get like a week's worth of stuff done in a day. When I say you on fire, oh, you on fire. So having ADHD, you're not going to have regular discipline like a normal person. You're not neurotypical, you're neurodivergent. Your discipline is different from everybody else's. Neurotypical discipline is more consistent. Your type of discipline is actually more productive. 3 days out the week, you just a couch potato. You don't want to do nothing, you don't want to talk to nobody, you just laying there. But them other 4 days of the week, oh, you getting about a month's worth of work done. So if you got ADHD, don't feel bad about yourself on them couch potato days. You need those. You need those. It's literally part of your disciplinary action. Because when you get back to them on fire days, oh, you finna be getting everything and anything done.
That's where moderation needs moderation for people like that.
Notice how tiny and small the rainbows are in Australia. My boy Lyndon took this video in Australia, and you could just see how tiny the arch is on the rainbows in Australia. Isn't that super interesting? Because this is what a rainbow looks like in Vancouver, Canada. This one's in Ontario that I took a while ago, and you could see like how massive this rainbow is. They are huge in Canada. Now let's take a look at what your loving government has told you. This is how rainbows are created, guys. The sun rays hit the raindrops. It refracts twice, and then the observer sees the rainbow. Now that's interesting, because in order for us to scientifically create a rainbow, like actually use real science, create a rainbow inside, we need sunlight, we need water, and an object that can act as a prism.
This is indoors, though.
So where's the prism?
Not indoors.
We got sunlight, we got water, but where's the prism? Now, if this is really what's happening here, guys, how is it that Australia's rainbows are like this, and then Canada's rainbows are like this? Almost as if there is a prism of some sorts, and maybe that prism is higher in Canada than it is in Australia.
It would be the same.
Now we're going to take this even one step further and show you what a rainbow looks like in Antarctica. It's pretty much touching the ground. Again, if this is happening, how is that possible? It's pseudoscience. Prism, we need a prism, water, and sunlight, real science. We can do this ourselves. We can tangibly measure it, observe it, and repeat it, which is the definition of science. Now hold on just a minute. I don't know if you guys have read the Bible or researched our ancient ancestors. You know, these people that were much more wise than you are. They've told us many times in many different ways that there is a firmament over the earth, a dome, the shape of a rainbow. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, as above, so below. Genesis 1:7. Water, sunlight, prism. Alright, so according to the Bible and our ancient ancestors, this is what the Earth actually looks like. This is an old map. This is the standard map of the world before the world elites came along, by the way. Antarctica is a 360-degree ice wall around our stationary flat Earth. And if there's a dome encompassing the Earth, it would be the highest point in the middle, right? The edges are in Antarctica. Here's Canada. Canadian rainbows. Here's Australia. Australian rainbows. And here, and all-encompassing, is Antarctica. And here is Antarctica's rainbows. Now, rainbows are 100% proof that we live under a dome. If you guys wish to understand the real secrets of this universe, well, I'm exposing it all in my 100% free community. So comment the word truth, and I will send you an exclusive link.
Interesting.
I can hear colors. No, I'm not on drugs. I have a condition called auditory synesthesia, which basically means the parts of my brain that are associated with hearing and seeing are better connected than they should be. So when my brain hears a sound, it automatically thinks of a color. And when I listen to music, it's a lot like my brain is painting, right? My brain is painting what that music sounds like. And I was listening to Tupac for the first time. Now, I grew up on the East Coast, so I mainly listened to East Coast rappers growing up. My family was a 50 Cent and Sir Mix-a-Lot family, so I had never listened to Tupac before, and I was listening to California Love for the first time. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, oh, either Tupac or someone on his music producer, like the music producing team, has auditory synesthesia. I can often tell when either somebody who is a music producer who like makes the beats and stuff has auditory synesthesia, or if the artist themselves has it, because you can hear it. If you have auditory synesthesia, you probably know what I'm talking about. You can hear it. The best example I can give to you, and y'all are not gonna like this one, is Kanye West. I don't listen to Kanye West for other reasons, but if you listen to his music, you can tell he has auditory synesthesia. Now, we generally, if you have auditory synesthesia, you do hear different colors than somebody else, but usually I have found it's in the same wheelhouse. Like, if I hear blue, someone else may hear purple, but usually it's going to be like a blue-green family, typically. And so I'm listening to California Love for the first time, and it's mainly a yellow, orange, and pink song, which are usually my favorite. I call them sunset songs or sunrise songs, and California Love is a sunset or a sunrise song. So I think Tupac had auditory synesthesia, or someone on his music producing team did, based off of just how it sounds and how I can see the music. So yeah, that's weird.
Like when the beat goes. I would love to study more of that. Baby, let your booty go. That's pretty interesting.
Geology fact that never fails to give me full body goosebumps is there is this thin grey line in the rock where every continent, everywhere there is sedimentary rock of the appropriate age, there's a thin grey line in it. And below the line, in the rock just older than the line, there is this incredible diversity of life. Not only are there giant terrestrial reptiles, but there are swamps, there are forests, there are birds, there are insects, there's fuzzy little mammals, and above the line there is nothing. And the line is made of iridium. The line is made of an amount of iridium that doesn't occur on this planet. Imagine being the guys who put those pieces together. Not only was there this incredible, beautiful, diverse, vibrant alien world, except it wasn't alien because it was here, where we are right now, and then something ended it abruptly and violently, and that something came from outer space. You've heard a version of this fact before. There used to be non-bird dinosaurs and then they died out because a meteorite hit the Earth. How often, if ever, do you actually think about the end Cretaceous mass extinction? Did you know that it rained glass? My eyes burn! Did you know that it was probably spring? And we know this because there is a fossil deposit of lake fish that died in the meteorite impact. We know this because in their last breaths, their gills took in these little solidified blobs of rock that were previously vaporized in the atmosphere by the force of this impact. In their last breaths, they took in these spherules from the impact, and in those same last breaths they took in pollen because flowers were blooming, because in the northern hemisphere it was springtime. Did you know that the sun went out for at least months, probably years? And also, there were birds. There were dinosaurs that were very closely related to birds, and also there were true birds, and probably none of these animals were doing the kind of cognition that, say, crows are doing, but also, almost certainly, Something knew that the world was ending.
Okay, so I was cleaning my bathroom window. I'm not done. And one of the little latches on the corner here when it touches to the wall felt loose. So I like pulled at it. And in the mirror ended up coming off the wall. I was just curious. And I found a TV screen and a light behind the mirror. It is not, doesn't seem to be plugged in. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like a cable box. UV screen turns on.
Hey, straight up.
It
made a mirror TV.
It turns on.
That's awesome.
I don't have a remote for it. What? Like, what? What is somebody doing? Watching the news while they brush their teeth? Like, you can't even see this while you poo. It's next to the toilet. What?
If you have another
What
mirror
is
on
the
wall.
point of this? Okay, there's definitely a TV behind the
awesome.
mirror. It's not very visible from light on though. Like, if you shut the
awesome.
door. Yeah, that's
There's a TV in their
that's
mirror.
visible for anyone
Not
to
me.
stand in the bathroom
I like it.
and watch a screen. What? Oh, this is gonna drive my ADHD crazy. Like, do I have to get cable for my bathroom now?
You have the
I
cable
might.
box already.
Just for the plot. Weird.
Hey, just Wi-Fi connect that hoe. That's cool.
That our soul existed before this physical incarnation, or if it's true that we are a fractal of God's consciousness just being animated through this human body, might this clip from The Matrix say something different about the nature of free will and what it actually means?
Candy?
You already know if I'm going to take it.
Wouldn't be much of an oracle if I didn't.
But if you already know, how can I make a choice?
Because you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made it. You're here to try to understand why you made it.
Morpheus? Psych!
Moved to Dallas a few months ago. Everyone says, you'll hate the summers. It's so hot. Sorry. It's 95 degrees right now. I'm in a tank top and shorts. And what's...
It's wintertime still in Texas. We still got another like 60 degrees before we hit summer. Come on. Like 80 degrees is a nice day. 98 degrees is a nice day. When it's 120, we'll talk.
the big deal? And what's the big deal? Sure, I can't sit outside and, eat a meal for like 4 hours, but who cares? Give me the pit stains. Give me the sweat. Let me smell a little bit. Sorry, I'd take that over New Jersey, freezing cold, in a parka, shivering, depressed, any day of my life. Thank you.
But still, like I said, just wait. We'll check in on her in a couple months.
The most powerful telescope in space, JWST, just released new photos of something inside of our solar system. These are giant auroras on Jupiter, northern lights on Jupiter, and they are hundreds of times brighter and more energetic than the ones on Earth. Because our auroras are created when particles come from the sun and travel along our magnetic field lines and interact with our atmosphere. But Jupiter doesn't just have the sun, it also has moons. Specifically, the most insane moon in the entire solar system, called Io. Io is the most volcanic object we've ever seen. And one thing the volcanoes do is launch particles into space for Jupiter's magnetic field to capture. Jupiter's magnetic field rips off 1 ton of Io's material every second, and this forms a giant plasma torus around Jupiter, which inflates Jupiter's magnetosphere to over twice the size it would be without Io, and all of these particles are slamming into Jupiter's atmosphere above the magnetic poles and interacting with atoms or molecules of gas, creating this glow. And for fun, here's how big the aurora is on Jupiter, and here's Earth for scale. The auroras are bigger than Earth.
What if that's what happened?
Until you prove it, I don't know. I got you love in my side.
Yeah, so Tom Cooper's finally releasing this single on, I believe, iTunes or wherever you get music nowadays. It's called Goner by Tom Cooper. Y'all check it out, man. I just love this song. I don't know. It resonates with me super hard. So, I'll put on here what I like. So, there you go. Like I said, we want to help each other, right? Uh-oh.
No. It's all freestyle. Oh, okay. I have 0 songs, but I want to make a song with you, man.
We usually fuck with like that soul kind of very chill.
Would you play me something on a guitar that I could like use as the bassist? Can I loop it?
Yeah, loop it.
All right.
They'll be finding all your dreams go by through the clouds where the angels call. Seen the signs, all the stars that shine, black holes through the end of town.
I sit on ya, go the wrong way, go the right way. Oh, you never
hold me. I've been going wild. Hold me. Hold me.
Baby, won't you hold me? Need you on my lonely girl. Baby, yeah, I know this.
The ginger.
You get on my focus.
A ninja.
Girl. Baby, yeah, I know this. Tripping while I wrote this. Yeah, I need you for the long run. I'm on one.
hold me.
Hold me. You find your way.
Man. Oh, wow. Hey, well, thank y'all so much for tuning into another Bryce is Right. I thank y'all so much for everything y'all do. We are so close to 100,000. Just want to remind y'all, if y'all haven't subscribed, please do. Let's get to that 100K so I can do y'all a giveaway. I'm super excited to do my, one of my Bryce is Right skateboards, give it away, and some more t-shirts, of course. Maybe we'll do some hats this time. I'll let you choose. We'll make it that way. But please, yeah, smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss out on any future content. And leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Other than that, hey, thank y'all, man. Y'all have a great freaking week. Great freaking weekend. If y'all need anything, reach out in the comments. And we will get, we will work on it together. Other than that, y'all take care. We'll see you next time. All right, y'all. Peace.
We just gotta ask ourselves, WWJZ do?
What would Jay-Z do?
Yeah.
He'd probably rap about it.
Oh, sweet love of mine.
I'm done. What? You can leave now.
All right. Sorry.